Disclaimer: the insights and opinions shared on this show are for educational and entertainment purposes only. Before making any financial decisions, we recommend consulting with a qualified professional to better understand your unique financial situation. Welcome to the Investors Playbook Show, where our mission is clear: empowerment through financial education. We firmly believe that financial freedom isn't a privilege, it's a right that's available to everybody. Each week, we dive deep into the world of finances, breaking down complex topics and making them accessible and actionable for everyone. As we grow this community, we invite you to join us on this journey. Why tune in? Because together, we're not just learning about wealth, we're building a movement, reshaping futures, and proving that with the right knowledge, financial success is within everyone's reach. It's time to get off the sidelines. Let's go.
Welcome to Investors Playbook, episode 27. I'm Cornell Rowan.
And I'm Deshaun Edwards. And today we are going to dive into semiconductors. All right. We're going to learn about Nvidia. Going to talk about how it has grown, exploded literally just this year. Like, wow. If you've looked at any type of stock news, you will see how crazy this stock has been going. But before we dive into that, let's give a couple of announcements. You know what I mean? We got we had our webinar last week. It was pretty good. It was pretty successful too. We were giving people knowledge on mutual funds. And I don't know, it's kind of cool seeing the growth because our first episode, our first webinar back in January, we had a couple people attend, and it was mainly me and you kind of conversing. We had a couple people in the audience talking, but in this last one, it was like a full conversation. Like people, it was awesome, man. So more of those every month coming at you. The next one is will be scheduled sometime in March. We'll let y'all know. But yeah, be on the lookout for that.
Yeah, and also we have our book fair, April 20th. I'm excited about that one, man. Just to, spread the reach of Investors Playbook, and also just, get our book out there. Let people know, hey, here's something that's supposed to tell you the skeleton of how your finances should be set up. Because a lot of people think that the reason for money is to spend it. But this gives a different perspective and shows people, hey, you can get money, retain money, and use that to create more money so that you can buy more of what you like. So I think that'll be dope. I think that people will like the read. It's a short read, so you don't have to spend a month reading it, but you can. It still has powerful information that can change your life, and that's the important part.
Absolutely. And if you haven't copped our book, check it out on Amazon. All right. It's fairly priced, $15 for the physical copy. We're gonna be in Conyers again, April 20th. If you want a signed copy, swing by. I give you my John Hancock. All right. So yeah, definitely want people to pay attention to their finances, and that's exactly what the book does. Introduce them to what they need to start doing so they can get right. Uh, but yeah, I think those are only announcements we got, right?
Yes, sir. Yes,
All right.
sir.
Cool, man. So yeah, Nvidia. Sheesh. This has been a crazy week for Nvidia. Really crazy week for the stock market in general, but Nvidia has been one of those stocks as of recent that has just like taken all the news headlines. And if you don't know what Nvidia is or what it does, uh, it's basically it's in the chip sector, right? It creates um, chips for video games, for some of the other things. Cornell, what else does Nvidia?
So Nvidia designs and sells GPUs, in which I didn't even know Nvidia actually created the GPU in 1999, which is crazy because I feel like more people should be talking about it. And it's for gaming, as you said, also cryptocurrency mining and professional applications, as well as it's used for systems for vehicles, robotics, and other tools. And you know, the biggest thing right now is AI, right?
Exactly.
So everyone's talking about it, and of course, tech is the fastest growing sector. Where AI is going even more crazy. They expect this to be even bigger than the .com boom. But the only thing is, these companies are actually making money. So is it a bubble? Who knows? The only thing we can do is watch it and find out. But of course, I want to be a part of it. So I'm invested in a lot of these companies that are leading the charge.
Yeah. And I mean, we already know AI is like just one of those things that just proves technology is moving faster and faster and faster and faster, right? Last year, AI was pretty much introduced to the public, right, through Chat GPT. And we saw that, okay, you can use AI to write a resume. You can use AI to like answer some questions. Now they just have full blown AI. You can create videos. You can like have pictures. You can create documents, Excel spreadsheets. AI has grown so rapidly in just like in less than 12 months, right? So imagine, go ahead.
Nah, I agree. And then like the newest thing that they just came out with that I saw that they just played it on the news and everything, man. It's text to video. Man, this is changing the entire game. Like even Tyler Perry
I
put
was
a
just about to
whole
say, like,
yeah,
a lot of
man.
people picking up on it, man. Like he said, this is about to change like jobs. I'm gonna have to pause real quick because yeah, bruh. I ain't mean to cut you off, but I just got like I was about to mention that exact thing. Please continue.
Yeah. Basically I was saying that like he put a pause to his project. I think it was like an $800 million project. He
Mhm.
said, "Hey, I see what AI is doing, and man, this could change my whole business." He has an empire. You see what I'm
Right.
saying? So if it's doing that for him, imagine what it can do for us that our with our startup businesses and people just trying to content creation. Like
Mhm.
the possibilities are endless. If we could just think of something, type it up, and then it just delivers that image to people. If it Man, that's so valuable to so many people, man. And
Yeah.
Nvidia is leading the charge in this.
Right. Yeah. Definitely. Like you said, they've been around since the 90s with the creation of the graphic processing unit. And now it's like in everything. You feel me?
Yeah.
It
And
is it's going to go ahead.
it really tells you why they've had so much growth because year to date, just year to date, and mind you, it's the beginning of March. We're only 2 months in. It's up 70% year to date.
Mhm.
People hope for 10% a year.
Yeah.
This is up 70% in 2 months. And it's for 1 year, it's up 244%
Yeah. Over the past 12 months.
over the past 12 months, 1 year. So that means you've tripled, over tripled whatever you put in if you invested in Nvidia over a year ago.
Wow.
Insane.
Wow. Wow. Yeah. So with the market cap of over 2 trillion, it's like Nvidia is one of those beasts type of companies. But a lot of people might see Nvidia as like over $800, market cap of 2 trillion. Um, have I missed like this Nvidia train? Can I still invest in Nvidia? Where's Nvidia going? Right? Like, is it gonna pop over 1,000? Is it gonna continue growing past that? Some people speculate Nvidia would hit 1,400 by the end of the year. Right? Like some predictors, they think that Nvidia will definitely get over 1,000 and even can get to 1,400 by the end of this year. But if you know the stock market, you know that Nvidia being a large company like this and being in a sector pretty much that it created, right? Like semiconductors, GPUs, you know that there are competitors out there, right? And one of Nvidia's biggest competitors is AMD. Um, AMD is also a very good company doing interesting things with chips. It hasn't got quite the clout as Nvidia, but still a very good investment. right? Like still something that people can look at in regards to um, investing or even like riding the coattail of Nvidia, right? It doesn't have quite the market cap. It's like around 300 billion right now, and right, it looks more affordable because it's like a $200 stock, and it still has room to grow, basically. So if you are one of those individuals who want like the second best thing, AMD might be a good stock to look at as AI continues to take off. Because again, all these chip companies are investing in or utilizing a lot of AI, investing in a lot of AI, and it's just I don't know. I just see it taking off from here, bro. So yeah, AMD is another one to look at. Advanced Micro Devices, but outside of that, I think also there are some companies that Nvidia itself are interested in
Yeah.
invest. Yeah.
So of course, if you feel like Nvidia is too high and that it needs a pullback, not saying that it won't keep going up,
Mhm.
only the future will tell. But if you want to invest your money in something more affordable, but it's still like in the same category of AI, these are five companies that Nvidia has invested in, and they announced it around mid-February. So first we have ARM Holdings. All right, so basically they plan to actually acquire ARM Holdings for $400 billion. I mean, not 440 billion dollars. I'm
I was
sorry.
about to say
Yeah,
400
that's
billion dollars.
crazy. Yeah, so $40 billion. Also, with ARM Holdings, CPUs created by them are used in over 99% of the world's smartphones. Why are more people not talking about this? I don't know, because I just found this out.
I was gonna ask that. I was gonna ask that exact question, bro. So like everybody has a cell phone, and I think this really comes to that. Like I don't know if this is market analysis or is it just we focus on the wrong thing, or is it like some magician type stuff? Look at this hand, don't look at what this hand is doing. Because the fact that a company is literally in 99 like its product is in dang near 100% of everyone has a cell phone. Everyone has a cell phone, right? Pretty much for the
most
most
people,
part, everyone has a
most
cell
people
phone.
have cell phones.
Yeah. The fact that this company is in 99% of the world's, did I hear that right? The world's cell phones,
The world's smartphones.
smartphones, and people aren't like, this is one of those companies that we talk about, if it like goes away, will change how people live their lives. You feel me?
Yeah.
So, and yeah, this is not a company that's like super in the news or not really talked about all that much, or at least I haven't, noticed it. So,
Right.
yeah, um, yeah, it's companies like these that need to be heard about more. At least people need to start having it in regular conversations. But
Right.
yeah,
And
the fact, go ahead.
it's not a small company. It has an $145 billion market cap. So
Mhm.
we can tell that it people do know about it. I just
Yeah.
wish that, yeah, I guess it's just not the people that we listen to or the who we're around that are
Mhm.
talking about it, but it is going somewhere. All right. So ARM's technology is also being used in NVIDIA super chip. So this means, there's some type of dependence on this company from NVIDIA. And with NVIDIA's technology being needed in huge companies like Microsoft and Apple, you see what I'm saying? So this indirectly affects them also.
Yeah. Literally, because its product is inside of all these other larger products that people see the logo on that one, right? They see the Apple, they see the Microsoft on the computer,
Right.
but without ARM, I mean, I don't even really know exactly what ARM's product is as far as what's inside of the cell phone. Yeah, I don't know how vital it is, but it's a part of 99% of the smartphone. So
It got to be
guessing
important.
it's somewhat important. You feel me?
It got to be important if it's in 99% of smartphones.
Yeah.
So yeah. All right. So next we have Nano X Imaging, ticker NNOX. So with this, they developed a digital X-ray machine that could drastically cut costs in healthcare, help diagnose patients, and which is important because without health, what do we have?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's another one. Oh, my bad.
I was just gonna say, I feel like AI is definitely gonna change the way we do
Everything.
medical and everything for sure. Um, but you haven't really heard a lot how AI is changing the way we do healthcare yet. I don't think so, right? It's mainly tech, it's uh, graphic design, coding, software, like a lot of more tech heavy type things, or even like like cars, AIs, but we haven't really got into the tech in healthcare and how it's changing that game yet. So this is one of those companies that sounds like it's kind of pioneering that way. And I don't, it's creating this X-ray machine. I'm assuming that they're using AI technology, right,
Yeah.
to make it happen. Right. So interested to see more and hear more about that for sure.
Yep. And the market cap for this company is 637 million. So this means, it has a long way to grow if, their product is, up to par. So as Nvidia grows, I'm thinking that, these companies will grow with it, and and there's a huge opportunity to buy these companies because they're so cheap compared to, the rest of the tech sector.
Right.
Next, we have Recursion Pharmaceuticals. This market cap is 2.7 billion. Uh, Basically, they use AI to speed up drug development. So this is another one in the healthcare.
Yep.
Yeah. And then four, we have SoundHound AI, ticker SOUN. This market cap is 1.5 billion. This is the leader in voice AI.
Mm.
Also, they are used in vehicles. As you said, I know you were talking about how they use AI in vehicles. Used in vehicles made by major companies.
So if y'all have ever used an app called Shazam, if y'all remember that one, where you hear a song playing, you click the Shazam button and it tells you what song is playing. That's very similar to what SoundHound does. I remember I used to use SoundHound too, prior to Shazam.
Oh,
But
you actually use them.
yeah, it's like
That's
a orange logo. Like yeah, I've used SoundHound before, bro. Like back in the day. I mean, I don't know what like more that they do now. They probably like completely changed gears. If they're like the leading in AI voice
voice
technology,
AI. Yeah.
pretty sure they're not just identifying songs anymore. You know what I mean? They're probably who knows what type of business they do now. But SoundHound back in the day was used in a very similar way that Shazam is used, where it can just quickly identify um, what whatever you needed to identify, and it'll tell you, oh, that's this song right here, or that by this artist, and these are the lyrics, like that type of stuff. But
Do you, do you think maybe it's using things like Siri and Alexa?
probably, probably same, yeah, probably same technology or same company, and that's what I'm talking about is just one application that the company has, right? But who
Right.
knows? It probably can pick up on people's voice, identify someone's voice when you ask Siri to lock your door, or you know what I mean? Who knows?
Right.
Yeah, but
And then for the fifth and final one, this is actually not one on the stock exchange, or at least that I could find. It didn't have a ticker. It's called Too Simple, and that's TU. So Too Simple Holdings, and basically they build autonomous semi trucks. So autonomous means moves by itself,
mm, wow, that's
and
the
that's a game changer.
AI.
That's actually scary because these truck drivers, they make a lot of money, man.
They do.
Going for and if that job is just completely replaced with autonomous trucks, AI is about to take everybody's job, man. Like it's just
Yeah.
crazy.
Well, and I'm thinking, even when you said SoundHound, like when you're calling these companies now and you're talking to them, you're hardly ever talking to a person, bro. Like 8 times out of 10, you're talking to a machine who can identify what you're saying, hearing your voice, and then directing you from there. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I think, like you said, AI is like in almost every single thing. autonomous truck driving, like that would be wild, bro. That's a lot of people's bread and butter. You
Yeah.
feel me? And if that were to get replaced by autonomous trucks, that yeah, people really got to think deeply about how AI is going to affect their livelihood, their lives, their jobs. And I don't know, even if you think your job is safe, it's still just do research and see if there's any type of technology that's about to come out that
Th-
could possibly replace your job.
This means acquire new skills,
Absolutely.
invest in AI. I feel like that's a given. Like with AI doing all this and making all this money, invest in AI. If you're not investing in AI, you are missing the train. You're missing it. Like it's obvious in our face. And if you're just watching this happen, just on the sidelines, it's like you're kind of goofy. You're kind of goofy. So if you're listening to this podcast, this is your choice. But I'm saying, AI is here. AI is advancing fast, and we all see it happening. It's time.
Yeah. And I'll even say, because I've heard people say that they are, and it's weird, they say things like they're afraid or they're scared of it. And I don't know if they're saying, like, in terms of Terminator afraid or in terms of it can replace my job afraid. Because there is a difference. You know what I mean? Like, I'm afraid that AI is going to remove people's, you know, desire to be creative. Or, I don't know. But to double down on what you just said, you have to embrace this technology. Imagine if the internet came out, and it probably did happen. Internet comes out, everyone's saying, "I'm not touching that. I don't want nothing to do with that. I'd rather put a stamp on my mail and send it. What's the email? I don't want nothing to do with electronic mail." That is normal now. And imagine if the like electric car came out and people said, "I don't want that either because I want to keep putting gas in my car." What I'm trying to say is, as technology comes out, you cannot continue to think that the way you used to do things is just going to be the only way forever, right? Embracing new technology is a part of life. So, yeah, don't be afraid of this AI. Embrace it because you will get left behind. It's not going anywhere. It's coming to stay. Um, so, yeah,
And we talked about this before. Don't be a dinosaur. You have to continuously evolve. Because Deshaun, speaking to what you said, there are a lot of people like that. I know
yeah,
people that still go in to pay their bills, even though they pay it online, and it's the same thing. But they just never got out of the motion of doing that.
right.
And some people just don't like change. Some people
Yeah,
just don't like change. Somebody I know people at my job, I'm not gonna call them out or their job title, but there's people at my
right.
job that are like that. And they actually make fun of me for using AI. They're like, all right, it's gonna control your life and stuff like that. It's like they're scared to move forward. And if you're
Yeah,
scared and as you said, if you don't evolve, you're going to get left behind
right.
and yeah, you're not gonna progress like everyone else.
Mhm. Yeah, and
Yeah.
that's one of the worst feelings. So yeah, AI is kind of here to stay. Um, and it's in a lot of shapes and a lot of different forms, right? So what we do at Investors Playbook is give you all the facts, which is Nvidia is a company that has a very large market cap. It is investing in the five companies that we just introduced. Go ahead.
And speaking of the market cap, they actually passed Amazon and Google. I forgot to mention that fact. So they're sitting number
Mhm.
three in our stock market, which is
Yeah,
crazy. So they're right behind Apple. So it's Microsoft, Apple, Nvidia.
it's wild. And this is recent, right? When did this happen? Like this year.
I don't know exactly when they passed it,
Hmm.
but yeah, it is recent. It might have been like late last year or early this year. I'm not sure exactly when that happened.
Nah, I feel you. But still, not one of those like Nvidia isn't even like part of the top five, like the Fang or you know what I mean? Um, it's it's one of those companies that is I know Fang is Nvidia, Facebook, Apple, Nvidia, and Google. I need to go do my research and see exactly what Fang is. But yeah, Nvidia is one of those companies that is recently kind of doing very well for itself. So definitely look into it. And if Nvidia is again too high for you, we gave you a lot of things to work with that go beyond Nvidia, right? That are still in the same sector, that still allows you to invest in artificial intelligence, um, just at a cheaper price. So,
Yeah.
mhm.
Well said. So, do you mind telling everybody where they can find us?
Yeah, man. So of course, always on Instagram, we are at Investors Playbook LLC. Same with our YouTube channel, um, Investors Playbook LLC, and our website, investorsplaybookllc.com. I mean, Investors Playbook LLC is where you can find us. So you can check us out on Spotify. It's just going to be Investors Playbook. And of course, on Amazon, you can purchase our book, Investors Playbook, the 6-step process to financial freedom. So
For
there we go.
sure. And as always, we love the support. We love the people that came onto the live, interacted with us. We appreciate you. So, yeah, much love. Love is love.
Definitely. Definitely. All right.
Y'all have a good one.
Cool. Peace out.